up, Whitey Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's manga nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kaguya-sama Love is War chapter 252. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos, and it's getting faster by the second. Or talking hyperspeed panic attack levels of struggle up in here. Seriously, man. I mean, I'm struggling to keep a roof over my head right now. It is that bad. But if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up my Cash App and PayPal. Those links are in the description box below. So, fam, we found out that Mikado is throwing down into the gauntlet. He has his plans. He's planning to marry Kaguya. So we do have a contingency plan, at least, if Miyuki fails. So at least we have that. So now we got a competition going on between Mikado and Miyuki. Whoever wins gets Kaguya's hand. But I know it sounds weird. It sounds kind of messed up. But hey, it's better than Kaguya being married off to a perv. So win-win, right? Anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. All right, guys, let's go save Shinomiya. Yes, sir. Woohoo! And this chapter is titled Shouzo Tanuma Wants to Talk. Now, grab your bikes. Mission control to ground units. It's pretty far, so you should probably take a taxi. She's right. Don't we have 1 billion yen? President, your first order of business is to have a discussion with Shinomiya-senpai's father. Yeah. Ooh, one way or another, I need to convince him to make the choice that ultimately leads to his daughter's happiness. I've already made arrangements with Shinomiya's senpai's brother, so you should be able to get through without checking in first. Got it. By the way, quick question for you, but how exactly are you planning to convince her father? Shinomiya's rocky relationship with her father largely stems from their lack of proper communication. Ever since she was a baby, he's always had someone else take care of her, so I'm sure he feels at least a bit guilty for not doing anything for her as a father. Not to mention, yeah, remember she's an illegitimate child, but remember that combo we saw, well, he was in a delusional state, but remember what he was saying, that how much he loved Kaguya's mother, and he does want to leave at least a business for her. And ultimately, that's what really convinced her to stay. Because otherwise, she was going to run away from it all. God, just thinking about that is, making me a little emotional, not going to lie. Well, that's probably the angle I'd approach it from. I see. Oh, one more question before you go, but who exactly are the two scary-looking goons, standing beside me right now? Who the fuck are they? They are kind of scary. Don't worry about them. They're a couple of my acquaintances. Trust me, they're experts in their field. And what field is that? I love the background here. They might look a bit rough, but don't worry, they're both professionals, so you can trust them to do a good job. Oh, hey, you've got snacks? Don't mind if I do. You say that, but from what I can see, they're not exactly acting like professionals. Oi, watch yourself, Tetsu. Oh my god. This job is a direct request from the boss's girl. Sure, they might just be brats, but if we slack here, we ain't getting off easy later. Please come back as soon as you can, okay? I love these backgrounds for Ito are fucking amazing, but poor Ito. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. No, you're not the one I'm worried about right now. Oh, hey, looks like you came. Dr. Tanuma. I've been employed as the Shinomiya's private doctor for quite a while now, so naturally I've come to know quite a bit about the family. Of course, that includes Kaguya-kun's mother too. Here, let me tell you a story. Oh, we're gonna learn about Kaguya's mama this week. NAYOTAKE Shinomiya was a lady of the night, to put it nicely. Oh, we've seen this story before. In the Apothecary Diaries, actually. That said, she wasn't just your average hostess club worker. She was much more than that. Again, seen it in the Apothecary Diaries. Just getting her as your server for the night would easily run you over 1 million yen. If she had chosen a different career path, she easily could have been an idol or an actress. In any case, she was a real beauty. Nobody could deny that. On the surface, she seemed like the ideal woman. Cultured, educated, caring. She was everything you could have asked for, but hidden beneath that surface was a sly and cunning side. You could say that Ganen-san fell victim to that side of her. From what I've said so far, she might sound like the perfect woman, but unfortunately, she was also cursed with a hereditary heart disease. One night while she was serving Ganen-san, she had a heart attack. He barged into the hospital, dripping with sweat, screaming, "Please, she can have my heart if she needs it. Just save her." He was so distraught he had completely lost all reason. From that I could tell that he truly cared about her. In the Apothecary Diaries with Mao Mao's father, oh god. So with Mao Mao's mom, she had a really nasty STD. I think it was gonorrhea if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But it was destroying her. It was. And she was kept hidden away from, the rest of the escorts. And he went to visit her. And this is like after all these years of being away from her and paid for her. And I'm not escorts, courtesans, there we go. And he paid for her, and he did not care how fucked up she looked, because that STD really fucked her up. It was rotting her, because remember, you gotta remember, this is in like feudal era, so there's like nothing for an STD like we have now. And he did not care that her beauty was basically destroyed. He did not care. He just wanted to be with her. That's like true love. That's what this is giving me. That's what it's making me think of. Oh my god. Go read the Apothecary Diaries. That story will make you freaking cry. It will. Anyways. After that, she apparently left her job and moved back to her parents' home in order to recover. The next time she appeared in front of Ganen-san, she was pregnant with Kaguya-kun. From what I heard, Ganen-san's associates all tried to chase her away. After all, wealthy families would get women like that all the time. They'd pull up with the child, say it's yours, and ask the family to take them in. It was a common trick. In most cases, a quick DNA test would make it clear that the child wasn't related. But Ganen-san vehemently declared that the child was his, accepted the two into the family, and refused any further testing. I'm sure that was just his way of showing his love, but as a result, NAYOTAKE-kun was forever considered to be a deceptive vixen by everyone around her. This would eventually extend to Kaguya-kun being ostracized by the Shinomiya family as well. Later, despite my efforts, NAYOTAKE-kun passed away shortly after giving birth to Kaguya-kun. God. After her death, Ganen-san became a shell of his former self. I'm going to try not... this is going to be hard for me, okay? If only she had still been alive, then perhaps he wouldn't have fallen sick either. But every time he sees his daughter's face, he's probably reminded of what happened back then. Doesn't matter. Dude, every time he sees her face, he should be happy that at least a part of, the person that, he loves is still there with him. He should be happy. It's ecstatic that he still has a part of her with him. But I know, it's hard. It's really hard. How does I shouldn't say anything about that. I shouldn't speak for him on that, but how does any of that matter at all? Shinomiya had already lost her mother. How could he deny her a father as well? He had always been there, and Shinomiya had been waiting for him the whole time. During the athletic festival, during the parent-teacher conferences, even back during the cultural festival. All those times she had always looked like she was looking for someone. Is that so no matter how much pain she would have had to endure, she was fully prepared to protect her family above all else. Shinomiya is... Oh, pipe down, will ya? You haven't on about Shinomiya this, Shinomiya that. Can't you see we're in the hospital? Kanen-san, you need to be back in bed. I'll be fine. I'm feeling pretty good today. Now then, kid, you got something to say, don't you? Ooh. Come in. Ooh. So next time, how does he really feel? Ooh, you tell him how he really feels. Is her happiness reason enough to convince him? this story does sound a little familiar, doesn't it? That someone that's not in the same class as Kage. Well, yeah, obviously Miyuki not like a hooker or something like that, but someone in a that would be considered lower class is with Kaguya, and their love is really true, and Ganon's love, with Kaguya's mom was true, and the family is trying to rob them of their love, similar to how the family was trying to rob Ganon of his love. And Ganon could probably extremely relate to that. And the fact that, and I think he's going to show Miyuki some mad respect, that Miyuki is trying to do everything within his power to be with her. I think you gotta wonder if how much respect he's gonna have for him. And also, the fact that he's going to Stanford should really say a lot. Like, I mean, he's working and also Miyuki is working his butt off and has worked so hard and all that to, to show that he was worthy of her. I mean, how could Ganon not like Miyuki? How can Ganon not like Miyuki after, like, everything with that Miyuki has done? I mean, you gotta wonder if Ganon is going to really see himself in him or not. And what I'm referring to mainly is in regards to Miyuki's fight, his will to fight for the woman he loves. Because based on that, Ganon was doing that shit. He was fighting for the woman he loves. He was doing everything he could. He didn't give a shit about the family. He wanted to just be with the woman he loves. What he did, that was like true love right there. I'm trying not to cry, but God. But I'm very curious what you guys think. This is in a way, it is kind of similar to, it's almost similar to Miyuki and Kaguya's story. Almost. But the roles are switched, which I think is very interesting. We're in terms of money, obviously, but remember, Ganon was the one that was courting, Mama, but in a different way. Miyuki, on the other hand, Ganon was courting her with money and all this shit. Miyuki was courting Kaguya with brains and all that. It's just very interesting, isn't it? How similar yet different their love stories are. I just find it very fascinating. It's like they're both like star-crossed lover situation, if that makes any sense. But God, it is so heartbreaking. I feel so bad for them. You gotta feel for both. You gotta feel for Ganon. I feel so bad for him. I do. But the other thing you gotta wonder though is if he didn't lose his wifey, if things were different, how would the company have been how would the company be running, and how would Kaguya have been treated? How would things be different? I think things would be very much different. And would Kaguya be the true heiress to it all? To the company? I don't know. Part of me feels like she would, but like at the same time, I don't think he would want Kaguya to be put through all this hell that the family is. But at the same time, here's why I would think that if wifey was still alive, I think I think there would be some reforms going on. You gotta want. I know this is a what if, but you gotta wonder how things would have been different because of how much in love he was. Because love makes you do crazy things, but love also brings out the best in you. When it's true love like that, it brings out the best in you. And it sounds like that's what she did. She brought the best out of him. Kind of like how Kaguya brings out the best in Miyuki. And Miyuki brings the best out of her. So it's very interesting, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Kaguya content, a few ways you can do that. You can donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All it's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.